Welcome to Mindful Musings, where you're invited to join in mindful reflections that encourage and deepen connections with self and others. Help build a culture of caring, create a life of purpose, and face challenging transitions in an atmosphere of unity.
Resilience is the strength of spirit to recover from adversity. When we experience disappointment, loss, or tragedy, we find the hope and courage to carry on. Humor lightens the load when it seems too heavy. We overcome obstacles by tapping into a deep well of faith and endurance. We overcome obstacles by tapping into a deep well of faith and endurance. At times of loss, we come together for comfort. We grieve and then move on. We create new memories. We discern the learning that can come from hardship. We don't cower in the face of challenge. We engage fully in the dance of life. The quote is by Friedrich Nietzsche: "That which does not destroy strengthens." The practice of resilience. When trouble comes, I stay strong. I have the flexibility to bounce back. I have the faith to overcome. I find comfort in community. I trust hardship to cultivate my character. I fully engage in living. I'm thankful for the gift of resilience. It keeps me growing.
So, how resilience is speaking to me today is it's really interesting. As soon as I started reading it, it was like, oh, this idea of when we experience disappointment, loss, or tragedy, finding the hope and courage to carry on. And I've been through some pretty heavy losses, disappointments in my life. And humor lightens the load when it seems too heavy. And that was one of my go-tos for a long time, was humor. But it got to the point where it was too much and I couldn't find my humor. And when it says that times of loss come together for comfort, when I had those losses, there was no one for me to come together with for comfort. And so in the latter half of my 40s, I guess that's when I tapped into this well of faith and endurance. And slowly through that, I learned to grieve and started to develop a community, become part of a community that was there for me for comfort, and gave me, the support that I did need to grieve and slowly then move on, and to the point where, I created new memories, and have spent the last 20 some odd years, more than 25 years, discerning the learning that comes from those hardships of my younger years. And yeah, so I don't know that I cowered in the face of challenge, but there were some challenges that I would have had to be someone that I didn't want to be, to fight through the court system and stuff for justice. And my personal belief is that if it's not coming from people willingly, then going to the courts to fight for it and force people to do what was right wasn't my way. And so I didn't want to have to humiliate people and go to go that course. Anyway, so I would say that resilience did not mean me having to fight back, so to speak. So does that mean I didn't engage fully in the dance of life? I don't know. I guess it depends what kind of a dance you're in. But yeah, and eventually I did have the flexibility to bounce back. And my faith helped me to overcome. And I do find comfort in community, and that's one of the reasons why I really believe in the How Are You Really circles, is that I have been part of a circle for over 10 years. And God, it's probably going on to 15 now. Anyway, it's been quite a while, and that community it's wonderful. We get together, we've moved all over the place, we're across continents, but we've still kept together. As I've moved from place to place, I'm probably the most transient of the group, but we've stuck together on these calls, and they've been so incredibly important to give me that sense of community as I've moved from place to place. So I'm very, very grateful, because it's a place where I can be and I can share what's happening, what's going on. Nobody gives me advice, nobody interrupts me, I feel heard, I feel respected, and I get virtuous acknowledgments afterwards from everybody. And I do the same for them. And it's been important to all of us. I think that's something that we all share, is how important this group has been to us over the years. So that's how it's speaking to me today.
Well, Lynda, I'm really hearing, I'm touched by your honesty and your perceptiveness, just knowing how the circles have supported you through the process. And I've been a recipient of your gifts in that circle. And so I know that you live you're walking the walk and talking the talk, and to come through situations with strength and resilience as you did and do. I feel like this is a confirmation, for sure. It feels like a full circle confirmation, and letting you know that you're in the right place. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us in Mindful Musings today. We always welcome courteous and respectful feedback in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed spending time with us, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're interested in joining us online, click the link to visit our site, synergyetc.ca.